What I wanted to do is, many of you that were here had an opportunity to listen to Dr. Mark Prokowski, who is our global CEO and our chairman, and he talked about the global business. And so what I want to do is try and drill it down a bit into the North American business and give you a flavor for who we are and then what our aspirations are as we go forward, particularly with the swine business, because we're not. It's for us a business that is something that we're entering, and we're doing it because it's something that is strategic globally, and it's not by accident. And I say that, and I'll say it again and again and again, because I know in the poultry business that the poultry guys like to know that we are serious about poultry. Well, we are very serious about swine. So let me talk to you a little bit about the North American business vision and ambition. So as you look at this, you'll see this is the way we see our business as we go into right now. Our business plan is really a 2020 business plan, but we see it way beyond that. And it's companion animal, and you see the strategic categories that we will participate in. And we're already in many of these categories. Some of them are in R&D, and we're relying on some of our colleagues to deliver here within a very short period of time. They're smiling at me. And poultry. Poultry is, again, an area where we're already delivering. And we have, in North America, we're currently number 2 in poultry vaccines and expect by the end of this year to be number 1. And the reason we expect to be number 1 is because we feel as if we do, and maybe our customers may have a different perspective on this. We take time to listen. We sit and listen and ask the questions. What can we do to help you build your business and be more profitable? And the next area that we're going to move into is swine. And as I mentioned, it is globally strategic. Dr. Prokowski mentioned this. One of our missions is to supply low-cost, high-quality protein to a very hungry world. When you look at the growth of the population globally, by 2050 we will have another billion people. Another billion people. So that's another China. How are we going to feed another billion people? Right? It's not with corn. It's not with soybeans. So we have to focus on how do we produce high-quality, low-cost animal protein, and it's very much, again, part of what we are about as Ceva. And then we will be moving into the ruminant space. So, and it's reproduction and udder health. We just very recently launched in Barcelona a very unique and innovative product for udder health that will eventually come to the U.S. So we're tremendously excited about the things that our R&D team is doing and the things that are happening with our business globally. You probably don't know anything about Ceva, okay, other than what you've seen so far and maybe some of the information that has been presented in your packets. I won't go through each of these. We've been in North America since 2005. And we acquired a small poultry company in 2005 in Lenexa, Kansas. That is our headquarters for North America, Kansas City. It's a suburb of Kansas City. We've also entered into the companion animal business. So we have a significant position in the companion animal business after the acquisition of Butler Sales Associates and also Summit Vet Farm, which brought to us a parasiticide, Vectra. Those of you that have dogs and cats should really consider Vectra as your product of choice. It's just an idea. Thought I'd throw it out there. Okay. But as you look at this, what you will see continuously is investment. in infrastructure, and in the future. In 2011, you'll see we opened a new manufacturing facility, a $30 million manufacturing facility for our poultry business. And I know this is a this is not a poultry convention, so not everyone's excited about that, but there's additional information to come. But the fact is that we're committed to the business and we're committed to the infrastructure to make it successful. In 2013, we opened an $8 million research facility. And then in 2014, actually a little bit before that, we started the preparation for how do we get into this business? How do we get into the swine business and be successful? Because we're up against significant competitors, people that are well entrenched, people that have good products, people that have technical services people, veterinary services, very well respected. How do we do this? How do we enter this space and be successful in a way where you respect what it is that we add and what we bring to your business? In 2015, you can see that there was an additional expansion for production. We had a groundbreaking ceremony. The wind was blowing, you know how those work, everybody's lined up with a shovel and you do this and you pitch it up in the air. I kept telling people, pitch it low. Just pitch it low, because if you throw it up in the air, you're going to get it in the face, okay? Not everybody had worked on a farm. Some of these guys were not familiar with that. But we broke ground on a $35 million production facility that is going to be dedicated to swine. We have also finalized joint ventures for the R&D pipeline. We received the first license for our USDA license for the swine market. And I was having some conversations out in the lobby about that product, Chronomate. And for those of you that use Matrix, Chronomate is a terrific substitute for that product. I know that Andy would be happy to talk with anyone that wants to talk about feral batching. So in 2016, which is this year, we're going to be entering the custom vaccine market. We signed a joint venture, and so we feel very strongly about the importance of service when we walk into and talk to the producer and we're talking to the veterinarians that are managing those facilities. How do we help you be better? How do we help you be better? And that's a conversation. And many times custom vaccine is a way of doing that. We know from experience that that's a way of doing it in the swine business, or in the poultry business. Because in the poultry business, sometimes the solution is not a commercially available vaccine. Sometimes it's something that is a custom vaccine. So we're launching that. And we're anticipating the approval of our fully licensed products here at the end of the year. And I cannot tell you how excited we are about launching into the swine business in North America. I mean, as an organization that is committed to protein production, launching into North America in the swine business is, for many people in the organization, it's a dream come true. And we are very excited about this. Just some statistics so that you know a little bit more about Ceva. This is what has happened in the organization since 2006. You see the head count. Okay, head count, those are people, okay? And you know, the importance of that is we have seen growth. It's not just the numbers, it's that we have grown our business. We are a player. We are here. We are ready to do business. We have been in the companion animal, and we are in poultry a leader, and we're now ready to launch into swine. Annual sales has increased 6x. We had a meeting earlier this week, and I talked about net sales, where we were with net sales in 2011, those types of things. But we have had significant growth since we entered the North American market. The investments are what is most impressive for me. I know that some of the people that I report to, Dr. Gabriel Rashad here, who runs the global commercial business that I report to, he's not as concerned about investments, although investments are important. He wants to know what am I doing on the other side. I look at the investments and look at what we're going to buy. Since 2006, we will have invested $100 million in infrastructure. R&D facilities, manufacturing facilities to produce products for the poultry business and the swine business. So again, we're very serious about entering this market. So in summary, I had 15 minutes. I've taken, looks like 12 of it. I'll probably go quickly. If you don't take anything else from this, and I don't know how many of you are going to be here this evening. I invite all of you, please join us this evening at the evening event. Swine expansion is strategic and globally important. It is not by accident that we're stepping into the swine business and we're going to do it as big as we can do it. We want to deliver value beyond products. We were having a conversation at the table last night. There were a number of customers that were around the table, and it was, I hated that I didn't get the opportunity to talk to everyone. But like it is at most tables, you end up speaking with the people that are just close to you. And I got some very good advice, and it's advice that I knew, but I still needed to hear. And it's what we need to do first as an organization is just listen. What do you need? What are you looking for from an organization that has, right now at this point, nothing in the market other than, we do have Chronomate, any of those that are interested in Chronomate, but what do we need to do? It's listen. What are your needs? So it's to sit down, have a conversation, help us understand. And so we're going to sit down with you, and it's going to be a very different conversation than you've had with many organizations in a long time. It's going to be, what are your issues? Help us understand, because what we want to be is your partner. And not just business partner. It is help us understand how we can make you more profitable, how we can support your business, how we can be different from other organizations. And not different to be different, but different to be better. And we have the advantage of starting from zero. We get to start from scratch. So you have input. You have an opportunity to tell us, yes, no. Different. I need this. Help me with that. And for us, that is so powerful, because as an organization, from experience, we listen. And as I've already mentioned, the mission of ensuring adequate protein sources, high quality and low cost protein sources for a hungry world that's going to grow. And as I mentioned, by 2050, it's going to be a much larger population. And how are we going to feed that population? So, my father was a Southern Baptist preacher. I don't want to be too preachy about this, but I'm going to tell you what, I am very excited about entering into this market. I know Gary is very excited about entering into this market. I know that Andy is excited about entering this market. We're happy to be here. We're proud that you are here. We're proud to be part of this business, and we hope that you join us on this journey.